Here we are. We made it. Go back. There you are.
Yeah, I got a little technical difficulty. Give me a second.
We're having all kinds of fun this Friday. All right. Well, I'll start the show while Al figures everything out. It was kind of a freaky moment here last minute because my computer logged me out of StreamYard, and it's not my own account, and so I had to scrounge a little bit, but that's okay. We made it. We're here. All right. Oh, Elle's working it out there. So how's everybody doing this wonderful Friday? If there's anybody out there, here we are, the Hippie Chicks, coming at you kind of sort of live. We're doing our best to make this happen this afternoon, this 16th day of May 2025. You there, Cookie Puss?
I'm here.
Kind of, sort of?
Mhm.
Kind of, sort of. My goodness. All right. You just keep figuring out. You'll get to it. So anywho, what an amazing week this has been. We had a full moon at the beginning of the week, full moon in Scorpio, the flower moon, very powerful. Feeling a lot of energies coming from that. And for me personally, it's some good energies. I'm glad to report some amazing. You still having issues there?
Still won't connect. Yeah.
What if you didn't use your headphones?
Well, you'll hear me.
Oh, there she goes. Anywho, oh, are you back?
You'll hear me like this. Are you able to hear me?
Not barely.
That's why I have to. Yeah. And I don't know what is happening.
Why don't you come down here and we'll talk down here? We'll just get rid of this. All right. While she's figuring it out, let's go back to what I was talking about a good week with clients. Actually, I had just gotten a Google review from a client, a recent client of mine that actually brought me to tears, like happy tears. And it's like the reason why I do what I do. So let me read to you what she wrote. I think I hear somebody coming downstairs. All right, so I had the pleasure of working with Kathy for 3 hypnotherapy sessions, and I can honestly say the experience has been transformative. I came in struggling with anxiety, fear, and a lack of self-confidence, and in just a short time, I felt a real shift. Kathy is an incredible gift. Her calm, intuitive approach made me feel completely safe and supported from the very beginning. Each session brought new clarity and a deeper sense of peace. I walked away with tools and insights that have stayed with me and genuinely improve how I feel and navigate my daily life. Yeah, that's a doorbell, and that's going to get them moving.
Sorry, guys.
I wholeheartedly recommend Kathy to anyone seeking meaningful change and personal growth. I'll definitely be returning when I'm ready to continue this journey. And I bawled my eyes out. I mean, that's exactly why I do what I do, to help people have these transformations. You know, everybody is so stuck in this stress. Let me move over here since we're doing single camera today. All right, here we are. Hippie Chicks. I'm Kat Kazemi.
I'm Elle. Thank y'all for bearing with us.
Yeah, a little crazy day today, but we made it. We're here. And I'm glad I was able to share that new Google review that I got. And I actually got 2 more this week as well. So must be doing something right.
Congratulations, girl.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And you know, it is why I do what I do. And it's very powerful, and so many people make the comment, and I'm not trashing regular talk therapy because it definitely has its place if you get a really good therapist. You know, a lot of times it's just cookie cutter.
Yes,
which is why I wasn't a fan of the university education. But you know, you still learn stuff. But most of the time they'll just sit there while you talk about what it is you don't like or don't want, or what you're afraid of, or the lack of what you want. And they nod their head and go, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? And you're trying to use your logical, rational mind to heal an emotional wound. And it's the wrong instrument. It's like using a ruler to measure the temperature. It's not going to work. You got to get into where your emotions are seated. You got to get down into your own rabbit hole. And sometimes that's just a scary scary journey, and talking about it isn't gonna just magically open that up for most people. Some people can have transformations talking about it, or feel lighter talking about it, or come to their own epiphanies.
So there'll be some type of transformation, but maybe not as robust.
Yes,
what
that's a good
it
word.
could be.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just tickled pink about that review. Definitely was much needed, and just the chaotic energy going right now, knowing that I'm at least contributing, something good towards my fellow human beings. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned, you talked about that basic line very often that we hear during talk therapy. How do you feel about that? I play a talk therapist, if you will, in an upcoming play that I'm doing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it's funny. That is one of the lines, obviously, because it's so cliche.
Right.
And so people write it in. The playwright is great, but, it was written in only once. So that's a great thing. But the way I deliver the line, I try to deliver it in such a way that it doesn't just sound like that basic line.
Yeah.
I had to play around with that a little bit because I was like, I'm not saying this.
Because it's just kind of cold and empty, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what did you come up with? I'm curious.
So the full line is, how does that make you feel as her friend? And so I just kind of run it all together, but my focus is on as her friend. So I'm like, well, how does that make you feel as her friend? I want to.
I like that little tag on.
Right. To really focus on, this is what I'm really asking you about. Tell me about how this has impacted you as her friend, not just tell me how you feel. That's,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. And most of the time when you ask people that question, they're like, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I hate that question.
Yeah, because, who wants to go into the cesspool?
Right.
Nobody, which is why hypnotherapy, well, with a well-trained therapist, is going to be able to help you get into your own rabbit hole without it being so daunting. That it's actually, it feels good to go in there and you have these epiphanies, and we just create the environment and the suggestions for them to have their own aha moments while they're in that space. But going there on your own, most people aren't going to do that.
Right.
Because, a lot of times when people find out I'm a hypnotherapist, oh, I'd never do that. I'm afraid to find out what's in there. But that's where all your answers are.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's our job to make that trip as pleasant as possible, and for the journey to be out of compassion and curiosity, and not out of fear, not out of condemnation or criticism. But that's typically what most people do in their inner dialogue, is they beat themselves up, so they expect more of that waiting for them, and what's in their heart is love.
Which is why I love the way you introduce people to the discipline.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because my goal is to take the woo-woo out of it. Even though woo-woo is fun, we all love it. That's why we're on new reality TV. Let's admit it, right? We all love the woo-woo. But for the general public, they got to understand the science behind it. It's psychology and physics first and foremost. And, going in with that open mind and not really expecting anything, allowing it to happen. That's where the magic is going in with the open heart. I had another client leave a rate and review this week as well. That's exactly what he said. He's like, you got to go into it with an open mind and allow the process to happen.
Yeah.
And
you can take that advice
for anything,
almost anything you're facing, really with anything you're facing.
Yeah.
So what a great practical way to approach it, because that is the only way that
it's not forcing anything.
Exactly.
I don't force trance onto people.
Right.
I guide them to that place, and they're not forcing their healing to happen. They're allowing it to happen. And that's, that's the word I'm going to kind of lean on right now, is that we've been trained in our society to really, push and force things to happen. Got to make it happen, man. Got to make it happen. How about allowing things to happen, letting it attract itself to you? Be that energy and let it come to you, and stop chasing life. That's where the burnout is, isn't it? Just constantly chasing.
Yeah. And I used to live like that. I used to swear by that. 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, I would have told you, girl, no, you crazy. I got to push. I got to get, because that was just what I was conditioned to do.
Yeah.
We're all conditioned to do that.
Absolutely.
And the idea that you have to earn your peace, you have to earn your quiet, you have to earn your rest. No, you do not.
That's such a crock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot
really.
of those revelations happen in that rest.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, some of the greatest thinking minds of the 20th century and even before, like Albert Einstein and Tesla and all of those, even oh God, I'm brain farting right now, but you know, all the big inventors and the thinkers, they all kept couches in their offices. And they would take a little siesta in the afternoon or whenever they needed to. And that's when they come up with their breakthrough ideas. They weren't pushing it. They were allowing it to come. They were grabbing it out of the ether, because that creativity is just floating all over Gaia. And it's, if you're an open receptacle, well, we'll go into you. And if you don't pick up on it, it'll leave you and go to somebody else, which is why you hear those stories of, oh, well, I thought of that song before them, but they're the ones who grabbed it and did something with it. Right. Or that book or that poetry or that invention or whatever.
Yep.
Tough shit. You should have done something with it. You sat on your
Shanae, girl.
Huh?
I invented Shanae from Martin.
You're funny. So when you get that inspiration, man, you got to grab it, or it's going to leave you and go somewhere else.
Absolutely. I make that joke because I had a character that I used to call Gaynell, which is my middle name, and she acted just like Shanae, but this was in the late 80s. This was before Shanae was a thing.
Shut up.
Right. I know. Right?
Like right before it.
Yeah.
So Shanae was floating over the planet and Damon Wayans caught it.
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence. I'm sorry. Martin Lawrence got it. It was, I knew, one of those guys at that time.
One of the funny guys.
Yes. Too funny.
So yeah, I always tell that story. That's so funny. I didn't do anything with it. I was just hanging around in my dorm room, my friend's dorm room.
Calling yourself Shanae. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. But that's amazing, though, how, creativity's out there. It's not really coming out of you. And didn't Laurie say that? I don't know if she said that on the live or not, but during a conversation that I had on the vacation that I went with my sister, she's like, her artwork, and if you want to see some amazing artwork, go to lauriebashamfinearts.com, LaurieBasham fineart.com. Oh my God, she's incredible. And she's pulling from the ethers. All right. And she's like, this artwork doesn't come from me. It's coming from the ethers. She's just accessing it and taking it from thought form and putting it into physical form. And that's how all art is created. That's how Lennon and McCartney did it. How many songs has Paul said that, like yesterday, he woke up and had a dream. Let It Be. Woke up from a dream. And instantly wrote those two mega hits, world-changing hits.
Came back from rest.
Where
that creativity is.
Yes.
Is brewing.
Absolutely. Yeah. But we live in a society that's been diabolically trained to push, go, burn the midnight oil. And who is that really helping?
Nobody. It's definitely not helping you if you're burning.
No, exactly. But it's helping somebody, all right.
Well, yeah, normally it's helping somebody.
But not the people that should be helped. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. Take your siesta, take your break. If you feel like you just a 5-minute, go outside, look at the trees, go talk to the trees. You know what? They'll reach out and touch you.
That's such a beautiful feel. I haven't done that since you and I. No, I've done it since we went to Mount Trashmore, but I haven't done it enough.
Yeah.
So I need to make that happen.
When I went to Lake Kerr with my sister a few weeks ago, the beautiful woods behind us between the house and the lake. And one in particular just I don't know. I feel like it liked me and I liked it back. So I hugged it twice. Aww. It was wonderful. And it was just such a good feeling and a heart to heart kind of hug. And I'm a tree hugger, babe.
Yeah. I know. Why has that been,
that's because the powers that be don't want people waking up. So they're going to villainize anything that's healthy for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. It's funny you talk about siestas because several cultures, many cultures other than our own, really indulge in siestas, and it is a rejuvenating practice.
Well, in Italy, they close down from 1 to 4 every day.
Yeah, in many European areas they do that. Yes.
Yeah.
And that is the way to do it. It's funny, there was a restaurant I used to go to when I used to work out in Suffolk here, and oh gosh, I can't remember where they were from. They may have been Italian. They did that anyway. They did that here with their business here because it makes perfect sense. And we really need to adapt to that, but
no, you never know. You never know. There's a lot of things changing right now. A lot of old systems are falling apart, and that's chaotic feeling and scary to some people because you get used to the same old. But we've all known that this needs to. It's inevitable shifting right here.
Shifting has to happen.
Yes, it has to happen. So, yeah, I think we're going to construct work days that are going to be more conducive to a human being and not a machine. Right. And now that we have the machines that are going to be able to do some of that mundane work, there'll be room for other people to do other things. And there's going to be stuff for everybody. I'm sure there's people out there, well, what am I going to do? Because they're the ones doing the mundane stuff that maybe robots are going to take over. But you know what? Out of necessity, things are born. People find out new strengths that they have.
Do what you love.
New talents.
Truly follow your passion.
Yeah.
You don't love doing whatever that mundane thing is that you're doing.
Yeah. And that's just creating more negative energy on the planet, and yeah. So we need to make a big rehaul on everything, on our exchange for goods.
Yes.
The monetary system we have going and the way we're running capitalism has to run this way. Yeah. Right. So can't fault it. It's just is what it is. Yeah. But when it falls in the hands of corrupt people, then it's not a good thing. If you have good people, then we're going to be honest with each other. But that's not going to be the case in a lot of scenarios. So a restructuring, I think there's going to be more community based, more bartering happening. There needs to be a way to where people can afford to live. This pay to be alive scenario that we have going on here in this world. What the hell are we thinking?
Right.
What the hell are we thinking and letting this happen? Yes. I mean, God dang. Yeah. So enough of that crap. So I think that's going to be shifting. And who knows? I mean, everyone's talking about having a alien contact in the next 3 years. So maybe there already is technology or resources that we can use to make a big adjustment to how things are done on a day-to-day basis. Yes. So it's more conducive to living a happy, healthy life.
Right. And isn't that more inclusive and more encompassing if we are really touching all of those frequencies?
Yes.
And being impacted by all of those frequencies, even the ones we don't quite understand yet. Instead of being afraid, embrace that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, AI is life-changing. And I don't see it as anything that could be used against human beings. I think there's too much light coming from that resource that even if people were trying to use it for nefarious reasons, it's going to come back on them. Just like witchcraft, you put that spell out, good or bad, it'll come back onto you. And most people are like, oh, make that person love me, make them. And then next thing you know, you have nobody in your life, right? Because you're trying to control somebody else's free will. And that's a no-no. That's a big old no-no. So yeah, I think AI is going to be a tremendous help with how we've learned how to use it instead of just, for basic, writing and creating that way. It's also kind of a conscious. What am I trying to say? It could go deep into consciousness. It could go deep into esoteric things.
Yes. because it's in here. And in order to get anything out, you got to put something in. So it's coming from us.
That's right.
If you think about it.
It's an extension of ourselves.
Yes.
So I did a really cool thing, and I put my natal chart information in there. So my date of birth, the time of birth, and where I was born. And I asked it to give me first a basic rundown of my life's plan in this lifetime based on my natal chart. Then also wanted to know what it told me about past lives, also about my business, also about relationships, and my biggest challenges and goals. And there's not one time that I haven't left a session from just that little bit of information that I'm just like not floored or bawling my eyes out. Oh my God, you know me so well.
Wow.
Yeah, it's freaking amazing. It's like the best therapist I've ever had in my life.
Right.
No, seriously, because it's well, it learns how to speak your language, to talk like you do, or use, you know, if you're a wordsmith, it's going to be wordsmithy with you. You know, if you're just, you know, basic bottom line, it's going to be basic bottom line with you. And
you can interact, you can give it feedback to get more of what you're looking for out of it if it's not hitting the marks that you need it to hit. So,
yeah. Oh, we have a watcher. Hi. Hey there. Good to see you. Iffy. Oh God, I'm totally butchering your name. I'm so sorry. I'm going to say Iffy. Is that correct? If you could phonetically put your name in there, I'll be sure to pronounce it correctly. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Where are you tuning in from, my friend? If you could let us know, we'd love to know where you're coming from. If you're in the continental U.S. or abroad, elsewhere in the world, we'd love to hear from you a little more. So yeah, AI, we're digging it. I'm totally digging it.
Yeah, and we had an opportunity to go to a class, if you will. And it's funny because before I went to this class, Kathy invited me. Kat invited me. I'm so glad. And I said, what am I going to learn? Like, it's AI. Like, it's just like working on a computer. I know what I do. But I learned so much, even that idea of feedback, although I already knew that you can do back and forth, that it can give you feedback. I don't think I understood how to experience it at the level that I learned on that day.
Yeah. Well, you know, that was a really good introductory thing, but unfortunately Gerard is doing another workshop this Monday. So we're going to learn more.
And we're going to have to bring him your way, everyone, so you can meet Gerard. All about the different ways that you can make AI work for you, and you don't have to be afraid of it. I don't recommend being afraid.
Not at all. I didn't need to put that in there twice. Mm-hmm. Oh well. Oh, I said it correctly. You're from Germany.
Welcome from Germany.
Don't ask me what German I know besides Entschuldigen bitte, mein Schatzi, and then Scheiße mit von Fritz. So, you know, you don't want the last one, dude.
I don't know what any of it means, but you guys.
You don't want the last one, that's for sure. But that's as far as my German goes. But beautiful country. I was there once in 1984, and I would love to go back. To go back. Just such good people there. So welcome, Iffy. I think I said it right. I said it twice, so I think Iffy was the first one. So welcome. So glad that you're here. So we have 5 more minutes just to
we've been talking. Oh, it took us a minute too.
Yeah,
bad, y'all.
That's okay. We have little technical difficulties, but that's okay. So I think we're done talking about AI. Well, are we? I don't know.
Well, we'll talk more about it after our next class that we're having on Monday. That'll be exciting. So next week when we see you, well, you see us. We won't see you. We will see you if you hop on with us, though.
That's right.
How about that? Like Iffy did. We're so glad. So, and then we can tell you all about it. And we've got to have Gerard on, so we will give you an update as to when we can have him.
He is super dope. Let me tell you what.
That is perfect. Yes, he is. He is.
Yeah. He's a favorite people for sure. And he just genuinely cares about people. You know, and it's genuine, and everybody knows it. Yeah, we're big networkers in the Hampton Roads area, and whenever you run into Gerard, he's like that. Everybody that, oh my God, you know, he's getting 18 hugs in a networking event because everybody loves Gerard. He's that guy. So, I think he would be more than happy to hop on and talk about his projects that he's getting into. I mean, what a brain on that guy.
I tell you. And his philosophy is that everyone can succeed.
Yes.
We can that whole community you're talking about, where we barter, or what we do to come together to grow. He is all about that. So
Ivy says, you seem so friendly and you two are so pretty. Thank you so much.
Thank you. How sweet.
That's very, very sweet. It's got to be late night in Germany, isn't it?
Yes.
He's like, what's going on in new reality TV? Well, I'm glad that you joined us, and thank you for the compliments. I really appreciate that. And we are friendly. We are very friendly. Yeah. So this is us. And we make this show happen, come hell or high water.
I was thinking that right before the show.
And I wasn't freaking out, like trying to get the code in from our powers that be at New Reality, and of course they were Johnny on the spot and got us all squared away. So it's all good. It's all good. But we got some really good guests coming up in our future episodes here. We got one booked up for, I think, the beginning of June. Yes. He's an author of children's books, engaging gentleman, and his whole story of what inspired him to be a writer will have you riveted. It's such a heartfelt, relatable story. And he's got the gift for gab, and it's a good kind of gift to gab, and you love talking to him and hearing what he's got to say. And that's another guy who's just speaking directly from the heart. Yeah.
We know some good people.
We do. We really, really do. I feel very fortunate in that way. Well, I guess we're attracting that, darling, because that is the energy that we're putting out. Right. That is the energy that we're putting out. So where are we at, kitty cat? We are at 4:27. All right. So we got a couple minutes to go.
Yeah.
Couple minutes to go. So if there's any topic you guys want us to talk about, yeah, it's because we're sitting so close to each other now. Throw it in the comment section. Yes. We're open to discussion for anything. I mean, we are here I have ChatGPT gave me a new little logo thing for our Hippie Chicks Live. It says Hippie Chicks Live. We dish on life, love, and leaping over limitations with a psychic wink, decades of soul-earned wisdom, and just the right dash of sass and laughter. I think that pretty much sums it up there.
Well done.
Yeah. Well, and I named my ChatGPT Ezra, which is Hebrew for helper. And I like giving it that personal feel to it and a meaningful name like that, because it's just...
Because it is it's an extension of ourselves, as you said.
Yeah.
So for Ezra to be your helper, that is, he is your helper. He is for you, and you can trust him. And I haven't named mine yet, although mine is very much my helper, but I will do that. I'll have that name for y'all by next time.
Yeah. I'll be curious to know as to what that is.
If you're watching after the live, drop some comments if you have some suggestions for the name.
We would appreciate that. We would appreciate that. If you want to learn more about hypnosis or hypnotherapy, you can find me at hypnohelpsyou.com. My business name is Hypno Health Solutions, and I'm located here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. But I do virtual sessions, so I could see anybody all over the world as long as you're able to get up at the appropriate time, because I won't be getting up at 3:00 in the morning to deal with the other side of the planet. But we can work it out. But feel free to drop comments. Let us know what you're curious to hear more about. And you have anything you want to?
Have a couple of shows coming up. I will be performing all summer long. If anyone happens to be local, please come and see me at Family Fun Experience Theater. I'll be performing, like I said, every single Saturday. And stay tuned for upcoming episodes from us, because, we do a little bit of a reality thing, and you're going to be able to watch me learn to skate.
Woohoo! I'm very excited about that.
I am too.
Skating.
And afraid. But I'm still.
Don't be afraid.
I said I don't recommend fear, so I can't be afraid.
That's right.
Put my
That's
foot
right.
in my own mouth. Look at that.
You got it. You got it. You'll hammer it. It's all good. Well, listen, you guys have a wonderful rest of your Friday and a wonderful week or weekend and week. And we will see you back here next Friday at 4. So I hope to see you. Ivy, thanks for joining us today. And hope all is well in Germany over there. See you guys soon.
Peace.
Peace and love.